Here is what I wish I knew about Section 8 rentals at 18 years old that could have made me a multi-millionaire by now. I'm a licensed realtor that specifically helps clients go from 0 doors all the way to over 100 properties with Section 8. The first thing I wish I knew is that you didn't need 2 years of tax returns in order to get into Section 8 rentals. You also don't need a stable income at all. So instead, we use something called DSCR loans, which is debt service coverage ratio loans, which approve homes based on the property's ability to pay itself, basically. So if the mortgage is $500, for example, the loan officer will see that it could rent for $800 and they'll approve it based on that as long as you have a 20% down payment. No tax returns needed, no W-2s, no pay stubs. You just need a 680 FICO score. So yes, even an 18-year-old could go for a property as long as they had the money. The second thing is kind of related, which is I thought you needed an insane amount of money to get into this. All you really need is 20% down plus around $6,000 or $7,000 for closing costs. And in addition, we usually get $2 or $3 grand from the sellers anyways as a seller subsidy. So realistically, it's more like $4K in closing costs. So the homes we go for are around $90,000 on average, sometimes $80,000, meaning you need about $16,000 to $18,000 for the down payment and then an additional roughly $4,000. And then, you can have a little bit in reserves, like for example, in case little rehab comes up. But we usually don't spend more than $1,000 to $3,000 on that. So considering the average rental in the US is $400,000 and 20% of that's $80K, this is way cheaper to get into. And the last thing I wish I knew is that the tenants aren't going to be destroying the property. So I was originally putting like literally every penny aside for maintenance, when in reality, we really only spend about 15% on average for maintenance year over year. I really thought it'd be more than that. I thought it'd be Section 8 tenants having a bad name, they'd be ripping the copper out of the walls, but it isn't like that at all. These people need a place to stay, and they're not going to risk it by doing some dumb stuff like trying to steal the fridge, because then they get blacklisted from Section 8. If you want 3-hour guides on Section 8 investing, go ahead and check out my YouTube channel. And of course, comment any questions below.